Hello, everyone. We have still 5 minutes before we start. Hopefully, you can hear me well. I'm gonna also put the IG live just so some of y'all it's easier to be there. And we can get ourselves started. So, this is very new for me. This is something that I normally don't do. And it's ironic that I get more nervous with lack of people than with that being with the people. So hopefully you do enjoy this class and it's everything that you needed in the middle of your day. Four more minutes. All right, guys. So we still have about 2 minutes before we start, and I was posting yesterday about me doing this, and it's awkward. I'm gonna get a lot out of it, and hopefully you too. I'm just happy to be able to connect with everyone, and I'm a very social person. My practice is social, so all of this for me is a different kind of measure that I'm willing to explore for the greater good, and I'm happy to be able to do it for you. So. The way that I normally build my classes is whenever I see the bodies move is I kind of see where to shift them. So today I'm the only body here, which will make it super challenging again. And hopefully what I feel that I need, you relate to it. Because what I'm feeling is that my hips are like tight. I was telling a friend yesterday, I feel like a very starchy potato. I feel really tight. So we will be starting with hips and then kind of taking it from there. I did receive a request when I posted about you sending me a request, and I got one from Annette. Hopefully she's already there. Hi, how are you? She's great, and she said, make us sweat. So let's see if I can achieve that. And we still have 1 more minute. We're giving everyone a chance to be here. I see a couple of y'all. I don't have my glasses and the phone is kind of far away, so I don't see who's signing up or already logging into the IG Live. If you've never taken my class and this is the first time that you're taking it, open up your ears and just let your body move to whatever I say as you receive it. Because I really like to explore movement in very different ways to keep you present. So my idea of putting you through positions in a very funky way. So if you hear me say we're getting funky, is because we're gonna move in a very different way. Is for you to keep you present, which is the idea of this practice. So I think this is a very good way to approach that, being that the teacher is not there with you, so you'll have to listen a little bit more. All right, guys, we're gonna get ourselves started. So you have the top of your mat. Go ahead and stand on top of it and open your feet a little bit wider than your mat. Hopefully, my head is getting a little bit chopped off on the IG Live. No matter, let's just give ourselves an idea of how you want to have your feet for now and how the pelvis is coming up towards the heart. So you're not really leaning the weight on your lower back. You're trying to really engage the abdomen to pull it up and towards the heart so you can find the natural curvature of your lower back. Keep your hands on your hips for now. And really feel the outer edges of the feet press down. Now take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Find a breath that you relate to. If it's Ujjayi, start breathing in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And pressing the throat to the back of the neck so you constrict the airway. Just to make it a little bit more challenging for how the breath is coming out, and you will start provoking heat into the body. Now, I'm a natural heated body, so I normally don't go too much for Ujjayi unless it's more of like a power pose. So I'll take a more organic breath myself. Also, so I don't burn myself out while talking and doing the practice with you. And again, let the breath be the way that guides you through the movement. Let the breath that really helps you connect the mind with the heart. Let the breath be the one that helps you find that peace that you truly need in these desperate times. Remember that we are together no matter what invisibility is out there. We're always connected. We have this ability to use technology to be with one another. So let's maximize it all together. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms over the head all the way. And again, remember about bringing the pubic bone in towards the heart. Maybe you take more like a back and like a stretch. You can keep your hands through the lower back if, like me, you're a little bit too starchy. And with the exhale, hinge through the hips. Keep the spine as long as you can and let the head start falling down. Always directing the nose as far forward as possible. Let the hands just press into the ground if they fall there. Now, you can always have blocks next to you if you need them because you feel that, again, the hamstrings are a little bit too tight. You can grab them. You can be halfway lifted also with the finger pads, maybe the hands, or again, you can bend the elbows back and in and very slowly start taking it down. Move a little bit from side to side. And she uses books and gives ideas on other props that you can use around your house. So, just be creative. Take an inhale for a half a lift. With the exhale, one more fold. Good. Take the left hand in the middle of the mat or in the middle of your big toes. Take an inhale, reach the right arm up. Good. And try to keep your hips in line with the outer edge of the heels. Now, try not to dip too much to the left hip. Try to kind of lift it up a little bit. And when you twist, you feel the left oblique pull all the way to the right and reach the right arm up as high as you can. Take another inhale. With the exhale, drop the right hand where the left hand was. Take an inhale, lift the left arm up. Same thing. Don't let the right hip kind of jet down, but rather pull it up to create resistance. Let the oblique be the one that pulls all the way to the left and keep lifting the left arm. Take another inhale. Exhale, drop the left hand down. One more time. Take an inhale, halfway lift, come to the finger pads. Exhale, fold. Now walk your feet inside of your mat, but still keep them a little bit wider than hips distance. Your toes are still facing forward if possible. Take a deep breath in, halfway lift. With the exhale, bend the knees just an inch. Good. Take an inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend them maybe 2 more inches. Again, support yourself with your fingertips. Take an inhale. Get a little bit lower. And again, start feeling the quads as you inhale. Start dropping the butt all the way down in towards the heels, coming into a Malasana Yogi squat, your Buddha squat, your garland, and let the belly press into the thighs. Now again, ideally your toes are facing forward because this direction will help you lead you into your arm bounces and other postures that require a lot of internal rotation, it's a lot harder. Yes, in the long run, I always like to say to my students, it's more beneficial. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're getting funky, guys. Take an inhale. With the exhale, drop into the butt and then roll back if possible. If your spine feels safe, make a little roll. Start grabbing the backs of the feet, or rather the backs of the knees. Good. And then plant yourself down from the shoulder blades to the lower back. Take a happy baby. Now, I like to start grabbing the back of my knees. Why? Because when I start grabbing my feet, look what happens, my sacrum lifts. So press through the sacrum. I start grabbing my knees, pressing down, so I'm directing my thighs to the outer edges and towards the mat. And then I go to my ankles. I press a little bit more. I snuggle my tailbone down, and then I reach for my outer edges of the feet and just get a little bit deeper so I truly get into the hips. This movement of, I like to call it the Charmin bear, snuggling down, really helps me get into my hips. And then keep expanding the feet. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. One more inhale. With the exhale, release the soles of the feet down in towards the mat and keep the knees bent. Just make sure that your knees are right over the ankles. Take a deep breath in, lift the right leg up in towards the ceiling, flex it, and with your exhale, cross the ankle over the left thigh, make a figure four. Good. Now stay here and really just enjoy the natural opening of the inner right thigh and how you're magnetizing the outer right knee towards whatever is in front of your mat. Take a deep breath in, flex the right foot. With the exhale, thread the needle. If you want to take it deeper, go ahead and take the left hand outside of the left thigh, right hand inside of the triangle, interlace your fingers and bring your left thigh in. Now, you're not stopping from trying to bring the right knee forward. The resistance of the ankle of the thigh is what will help you open up the hip if you still let the energy rotate the inner right thigh out. Take one more inhale. With the exhale, open your arms into a T and let the legs drop to the left just as they are, just as they are. Keep the figure four so your right knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. You're still creating this resistance from ankle to quad. What I like to do is grab towards my left kneecap and kind of pull my leg in and still send the right knee towards the front of the room. Now this really gets into my hip. If you went for that eagle bind, no problem. That gets more into the lower back. So again, it depends on what you need and what you want to take. Make sure that the right shoulder blade is still pressing down. Take an inhale and an exhale. Good. Take a deep breath in to lift the legs back up in your figure four. Keep them there. Good. With the exhale, again, thread the needle, but just for the following movement, take a deep breath in, pick up the forehead towards the legs, and with the exhale, start rocking and rolling forward and back, forward and back, forward and back until you get into a seat with your figure four. Now, your foot is planted. Take an inhale, open through the chest. With the exhale, drop the feet just as they are towards the left and bring your left heel closer to your butt. So now you come into your half Lord of the Fishes or your twist. Take an inhale, reach the left arm up. With the exhale, you can hug the elbow, you can hug and start setting the right hand behind you. Now, a very common thing that I see is people dumping into the right hand. So that just disconnects the center of the body. Ideally, you want to keep the head in line with sacrum, so when you twist, you truly get into the lower back, and you even feel the crunching sensation of the left side pulling into the right. Good. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Good. Take a deep breath in to come through center. You can grab your right foot with both hands, or you can grab the back of the right knee. Take a deep breath in to bring the right thigh in towards the abdomen. And again, it depends from where you're grabbing. Maybe you start lengthening the leg. Again, if you went for the foot, can you start opening the heart a little bit more towards the toe and looking slightly up? Good. And then every time that you try to really glue the thigh into the belly, you get a little bit deeper to the hamstring stretch. Take an inhale, elbows in. With the exhale, roll the leg of the sole of the foot down towards the front. Unwind the left, grab the back of the knees. Take an inhale, one seated cow, open up. Exhale, one seated cat. Now stay here for your cat. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll back. Nice job. Good. Let the soles of the feet downward, taking it into the left side. Take an inhale, lift the left leg up and towards the ceiling, flex the foot. And with the exhale, cross the ankle for your figure four. Now really get into the hip on the inner left thigh by magnetizing the outer left knee in towards whatever's in front of you. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, if you like to take it deeper, go ahead and thread the left hand in the triangle, right hand outside, grab the right thigh and press the right thigh in. Now, remember to create the resistance every time that you point the left knee towards the ceiling. And the more you press the right thigh in towards your belly, the more you get into it. Keep breathing in and out. Remember that mindfulness of the breath keeps you from falling into habits in the body. Take another inhale. With the exhale, start dropping the legs just as they are towards the right side. Open your arms into a T. Good. Now again, depending on what you need, if you want the hip opener, keep the figure four. If you want the lower back stretch, fall more into the eagle bind. I truly need more of that hip line. So I like to grab the knee crease of my right leg with my right hand and point my knee up, maybe even taking my gaze towards you right now. Okay. Take one more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. Take an inhale. Bring your legs back up through center. With the exhale, go ahead and hug your thigh again. Take an inhale. Pick up the forehead away from the ground and in towards your legs. With the exhale, start rocking and rolling forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Until you take a seat. Keep the figure four legs. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, drop the legs just as they are. You can bring your right heel closer to your glute. Now make sure that both glutes are fully grounded down and towards the mat. Good. Take an inhale, lift the right arm up. With the exhale, you can hook, you can hug, whatever it is that you need. I like to hug. The hugging gives me more access to grabbing parts of my body that help me open up a little bit more. Now make sure that you're not dumping into the left hand. You're actually using the left hand to kind of guide the head over the whole center of the body to find more of that compression of the abdomen. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Good. Take an inhale, face forward. With the exhale, just plant the right sole of the foot, or rather keep it here if we did so on the other side. Grab the left foot, and you can grab the knee as we kind of dissected this on the right side. You can start there, start straightening the leg, or take it very slowly. If you went for the outer edge or the whole foot, go ahead and also grab that with your hands. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the toes maybe over the head. Now again, you're not trying to grab the foot and then rolling the spine. You're grabbing the foot so you can get the resistance of the heart opening in towards the big toe. See where my heart is clean. Take a deep breath in. One more deep breath out. Inhale. With the exhale, just release the soles of the feet and extend your legs towards the front of the row. Flex them. Good. Now try to bring the heels together to click. Roll the thighs from outside in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, find your full Paschimottanasana. Now again, you can start grabbing the kneecaps, maybe ankles, maybe the big toes. You don't have to fold all the way to grab your big toes. I can reach. Because I'm lengthening my abdomen, you can lengthen your abdomen and grab the back of the knees and bring the elbows back and in and send the crown of the head towards the big toes to ignite the hamstrings a little bit more. Take one more inhale. Exhale. Good. Take a deep breath in to stack up. With the exhale, just cross the ankles, roll into the shins, find your tabletop, move the legs back. And move in any way that you need. I like to give time to my students to really find their own sense of practice through the tabletop, because here you can see your hands. Notice the knuckle of the index thumb and pinky press down for you to really send the center of the palm in towards the mat and the hips over the knees. Take a deep breath in, then a deep breath out. Go ahead and curl the toes. Take an inhale, hover the knees about 2 inches away from the mat, and then again, really think about pulling the tailbone towards the back of the knees and the abdomen in, and lengthening through the heart so the crown of the head is pointing forward. Take an inhale. With the exhale, shift the butt back into the heels as if you're coming into like a turbo dog. And then can you let the ears be in line with the upper arms to fire up the quads and calves a little bit more? Keep hovering the shins and knees. Inhale, shift forward, tabletop, you're hovering. Exhale, shift back. One more inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Last one, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, pike up. It's the first one. So go ahead and pedal it out, walk it out. Anything that you need, I like to send my heels to either side because that really gets into my back. You can kind of feel it crack. Good. Now, make sure that your hands are shoulder width apart, your feet are hips distance. You're not pulling the shoulders into the ears because the abdomen is expanding towards the thighs. You let the triceps push the body weight back from the tailbone to the glutes, and then from the glutes to the back of the heels. You ignite through the ball of the big toe, pinky toe, center of the heel. Now, if your heels don't touch, that's fine. Just bend the knees while you warm up the legs in the meantime. Take an inhale and in between the hands with the exhale, step or walk to the front of the mat, come into your fold. Good. Take an inhale for a halfway lift, open up. Now make sure that your hips are over your heels, that you're not sending them too far back. You're right on top of them with the exhale. Soften the knees, fold. Now let the heart go beyond the kneecaps. So can you really snuggle the rib cage in towards the thighs? Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hold. Maybe with every fold, you start lengthening the knees a little bit more. Take an inhale, another half fold. Exhale, fold. Good work. Take an inhale, rise and reach. So the hands over the head all the way up. With the exhale, bring the palms to heart center. Close your eyes. Because we can control emotions, because we have the power within to control what's outside. It just depends how you see it. So let your mind create what the body needs. Take an inhale, reach up from the hands over the head all the way. You can take a mini back bend. I like to do it because it really stretches my abdominal muscles. Exhale, fold. Again, you can soften the knees if the abdomen is not glued to the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, open through the heart, keep the hips stacked over the heels. Exhale, fold. Take an inhale, step both feet to the back of the mat, find your high plank, pause right here. Now make sure that your shoulders are over the wrists. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, in your high plank, hover the knees, bend them. Good, and you're not touching the mat. You're just kind of firing up and isolating lower body from upper body, pressing the navel up and in. Take an inhale, lengthen the legs. With the exhale, bend the elbows just an inch into the rib cage. I like to do this a lot because you create awareness of what's happening on the lower body, upper body, and you're still pulling the navel up and in. Take an inhale, lengthen the elbows. Exhale, shift back. Downward facing dog. And again, the spacing between your wrist and your toes is the same as your high plank. So if you notice I didn't walk any closer, you just keep yourself there and acknowledge the length that you have today, that you can always find depth for tomorrow. Take an inhale, look in between the hands with the exhale, step or walk to the front of the mat. Come into your fold. Inhale for a halfway open up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Reach. So the hands over the head, tuck the tailbone, keep reaching the hands a little bit higher. Exhale, forward fold. We're doing our sunnies. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Take an inhale, step or walk your feet to the back of the mat, find your high point. Now listen carefully. With the exhale, bend the knees this time, let them touch the ground, tops of the feet pressing down. Now you're in a longer form of a tabletop. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, bend the elbows just an inch into the rib cage, and just like you did in your Malasana Yogi squat, take an inhale, bend them another inch. Stay here, inhale, bend them another inch. Stay here, inhale. One more inch. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, go all the way down and let the shoulders still be open as long as the belly touches down. Your elbows and shoulders should be safe because you're lengthening the whole spine. And again, can you let the elbows still be in line with the wrists? Take an inhale, find your cobra. Now the elbows are still pulling in, the chest is still open. And I like to take kind of like a wider cobra because again, my abdominal muscles tend to be a little bit tight. And I need that stretch, so I get a little bit longer. Keep the head long. You don't want to crunch the neck. You want to elongate for the abdomen to feel. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And again, roll the upper arms out for you to get the most out of your shoulder line. Take an inhale, look in between the hands with the exhale, step or walk to the front of the mat. Come into your fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. So the hands over the head. Exhale, forward fold. Nice job. Keep the hands in the ground. Take an inhale. Reach the left leg towards the back of the room like a supported warrior three. And now if you need to walk your hands a little bit further forward, do so. Make sure that the heel is pressing back strongly so you feel the quad, and you should also feel it a little in the hamstring of the right leg. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, step the foot all the way towards the mat, back of the mat, lower the back knee. You can keep the hands on the ground, hips, or reach the hands all the way up. Making sure that when you're coming into your low lunge, the knee is stacking over the ankle, and that you feel the pull of the left quad coming all the way towards the heart as you reach the hands over the head. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, lower the hands down, frame your front foot, good. Curl the back toes, lift the knee for just this breath for the next deep breath in. Exhale, walk the hands towards the back of the mat. Drop the right knee. Take an inhale. Reach the hands over the head. Now, when you reaccommodate yourself towards the back of the room, can the knee still be on top of the ankle on the left leg? Can you feel the pull of the right quad lifting all the way towards the right armpit? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands down. Frame your front foot. Curl the back toes. Take an inhale. Step the left foot to meet the right. Find your high plank. Good. With the exhale, let the vinyasa try to practice. If you want to lower the knees, go ahead and do so. Let the elbows bend. Keep the shoulders in line with the hips. Inhale, open the heart. Now remember, you're not pushing the shoulders forward. You're lengthening through the front side. Exhale, curl the toes. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Good. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. This mat is giving me fully because you can see my sweat spots, so I think it's working for me. I hope it's working for you. Take a deep breath in. Look in between the hands with the exhale. Step a rock to the front of the mat. Come to your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Keep the hands in the ground. Take an inhale. Stretch the right leg back like a supported warrior three. If you need to walk the hands a little bit further forward, take it. If you want to grab your blocks, books. If you want to come into the finger pads, can you feel the right heel pressing back? The left leg engage as you feel the hamstrings pull all the way down to find the stretch on the left side. Take an inhale. With the exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. This time, keep the back knee lifted fully. Inhale, reach at high lunge. Good. You're facing the back of the mat. You have your front knee stacked over the ankle, and you're still feeling the right quad pulling all the way towards the right armpit. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower the hands down. Take an inhale, walk the hands all the way to the top of the mat. Framing your right foot, pivot on the back heel, inhale, reach the hands over the head all the way. And again, it's as if you're about to break the mat in two because you're pressing through the ball of the big toe, pinky toe of the back foot for a heel, and then you're finding that stretch in the back quad as you're lifting the hands over the head. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower the hands down, frame your right foot, inhale, step the right foot back to meet the left, find your high plank. If the vinyasa is calling you, go ahead and take it. I'm going to hover my knees now, but notice how my shoulders are in line with the hips and everything. Inhale, open the heart, finding maybe an upward facing. If you hover your quads and shins. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, one more inhale. Empty out. Take an inhale. Look in between the hands with the exhale. Step or rock to the front of the mat. Come into your fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Open up. Exhale, fold. Let the big toes touch. The heels click in. Inhale, reach, rise the hands over the head. Exhale, bend the knees. Tuck the tailbone, find your chair. So more than just tucking the tailbone, you want the abdomen to come up and towards the heart. So you lengthen, so you sit down, so you manifest the chair underneath you. Every time that you lift the hands over the head, you find the heart to open up a little bit more. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, lower the hands down, frame your front or both feet. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Take an inhale, step the left foot back. All the way, keep the back knee lifted. Inhale, you've been here before. Reach the hands over the head. Anjaneyasana, high lunge. Good. With the exhale, grab your elbows from above your head. You're creating a box and you're opening the armpits a little bit more. Can you really press the ball, the big toe, pinky toe of the left side? Take an inhale. With the exhale, drop the back foot down so the front heel is aligned with the back arch of the foot for warrior two legs. Keep the arms still grabbed over your head and let the pubic bone come forward. Good. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, grab your arms and elbows from behind now before anything. Just make sure that your legs are pretty stable. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, take a side stretcher like a reverse warrior towards the back of the mat. Good. And then find the line in between the right hip and the right armpit, stretching. Keep the integrity of the front knee. Now you can stay here, grabbing your elbows, or you can go for the full extension of the right arm over the head. Maybe your left hand already grabs your right hip. Good, and you take that full reverse warrior. Take an inhale, open the arms into a T. Good, with the exhale, Skandasana at the back of the mat. And through the left knee, straighten through the right, and then find a little bit of more opening. Good, every time that you lift the heart, pick itself up. Now choose a height that lets you drop the left heel down. So if you need to come a little bit higher, give it a test, give it a whirl. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, easy twist at the back of the mat, right hand down, put it on the back heel, left arm lift. And then you keep pressing through the right hand to lift the left arm a little bit more and let the belly press in towards the inner thigh. Take another inhale. With the exhale, drop the right knee. Inhale, slide or stretch the left leg towards the front of the mat for a supported side plank, and keep lifting through the left arm, or if you want to call it a supported half moon, since your leg is lifted, you can do so too, and let the belly come up, and then take a deep breath in. You have the option of the bind by sending the left hand towards the left foot, and then can you find expansion? Can you press the belly towards whatever is on your right side of the mat, or in this case, left side? And then can you keep pressing the heart and then shooting the foot back into the hand into the foot. Take another inhale. Exhale, drop the left hand down and drop the left toes to the back of the mat. Good. Take an inhale, pick up the right knee in towards the abdomen. And with the exhale, step the foot all the way towards the front of the mat for a lunge. Good. Take an inhale, look up. With the exhale, step the left foot to meet the right at the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Big toes touch. Heels are coming in. Inhale, rise and reach. Send the hands over the head. Exhale, find your chair. Good. Now we're adding one into this chair. Take an inhale. With the exhale, grab your elbows from above your head. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, start flattening the belly over the thighs, keeping the heart beyond the kneecaps. Good, as if you're kind of folding just in half and your knees are still bent in this invisible chair. If you want to make it a little bit more fiery, take an inhale. Pick up the heels away from the ground. Good. Can you still keep the heart open and the arms framing your ears while you lift the heels a little bit higher? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold, release everything. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Take an inhale. Step the right foot back. Keep the back knee lifted. Reach the hands over the head. Anjaneyasana. High lunge. Good. Now, once you start reaching the hands over the head, can you still press to the ball of the big toe, pinky toe, the right foot, so you can find the stretch, so you can feel the fire coming up through the hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, grab your elbows from over your head. Grab the one that feels kind of odd. Good. Take a deep breath in. Find your warrior two legs, dropping the back heel. And then finding how the front heel bisects the back arch of the foot. So you find a good stable foundation through the legs and a good opening through the inner left thigh. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, grab your arms from behind. Good. Now when you start getting into the elbows, take a deep breath in. With the exhale, take a side stretch towards the front of the mat or towards your right side of the body. Good. And then finding the line where the left hip stretches towards the left arm. You can stay here with the next inhale. Stretch the left arm over the head. So you're already there to kind of take the bind behind you. Maybe you want to take a kind of like a whirl at that. Take an inhale. Open the arms. Exhale, Skandasana at the front of the mat, or where you started, that was the front of the mat. Good. And then again, choose a height that really lets you drop the heel. I'm a little bit flexible, so it gives me that ability to go really low. Yes, but if you need to go higher, take that leap. Take an inhale to walk the hands to the front of the mat, pivot on the back heel, easy twist, left hand down, right arm lifts. And then really feel that when you press the thigh into the belly, and the belly in towards the thigh, you get a little bit longer through the spine, and you reach the right arm a little bit higher. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop that knee. Inhale, stretch the right leg towards the back of the mat for your supported half moon, supported side plank with your leg lifted, and then can you find the right hip bone to spread away from the left? Notice that movement. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend. So if you went for the bind, you take your right hand behind you to grab the top of the foot, and then kick the foot into the hand into the foot. And then start opening a little bit more from shoulder line to abdominal muscle line. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, only the right hand drops and the right foot towards the back of the mat. Remember, take an inhale, lift the left knee in towards the abdomen. Good. With the exhale, step the left foot all the way towards the front of the mat. Nice. Take an inhale, look up. Exhale, step the right foot to move the left. Find your fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reset. Rise, send the hands over the head all the way. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Take an inhale. You can step. You can float to the back of the mat, finding a high plank. Taking your chaturanga and upward facing dog when you come to the back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let this be the home base. Get lost in the movement. Don't lose your mind. Find your soul. Take an inhale. Reach the right leg up and towards the ceiling. And then that same line that the heel drew, let the toes follow it. This is how you get your hamstring stretch on the left leg. And you're still pushing the body weight from hands all the way towards the sacrum. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Get your scorpion tail stretch. Let the quad kind of flare to whatever is on the right side of your mat. And at the same time, let the right armpit push down and towards the left thigh so you can get the resistance of the stretch. Good. Take an inhale, straighten the leg back and behind you. With the exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose. Let the abdomen be the one that brings the knee closer to the face. Inhale, reach it back up, following that same line. Exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose, step in between the hands. You've been here before. High lunge. Reach the hands over the head. Good. With the exhale, grab your elbows from above your head one more time. Take a deep breath in. This time, take a back bend. Good. And start opening the gaze a little bit more as if your arms were a pillow. Can you lean the head towards it and lengthen to the back of the neck? Take an inhale, warrior two. This time, unwinding the arms, dropping the back heel, stretching the right arm towards the front of the room. Finding the stability of how the knee stacks over the ankle. Take a deep breath in. Reverse it just naturally. If you want to take the left hand towards the thigh, or if you really want to go for that bind, go ahead and do so. Take an inhale, open the arms into a T. Good. With the exhale, grab your arms from above your head one more time. This time, take that extended side angle stretch. Keep the knees still over the ankle. Keep the heart open. So you're not folding forward. You're still trying to lengthen the line in between the outer left of the foot and your armpit. Good. Keep the arms, take an inhale, rise, extend your front leg. Good. With the exhale, take it like a reverse triangle. Stacking the right elbow over the left and really feeling as if the left elbow could touch the outer left heel. Keep the arms, take an inhale, rise. With the exhale, pivot the right toes towards the middle of the mat. Find a wide straddle fold. Maybe the forearms touch. Maybe the head goes beyond. Maybe, just maybe, you press the elbows down. You interlace the fingers. You open the basket. Crown of the head down. Maybe you start working into hinging the body weight into the toes for the headstand prep. Now, remember, you're not going for the headstand yet. If that is something that you normally practice and you want to explore, do so. But then again, notice, make sure that you feel strong from the shoulder line, that when you're pressing through the forearms, you feel the arms are the ones really holding the weight of your body. Take a deep breath in, halfway lift, press the hands down, open through the heart. Good. With the exhale, just one regular fold right here. Take a breath. Take an inhale for a halfway lift. With the exhale, walk the hands to the back of the mat towards the left foot. Good. Now here, make sure that your left foot goes outside or a little bit farther out towards the left edge. Find more of a lizard now. If you want to drop back, you go ahead and do so. Open through the heart. And then find a little bit of space to really widen the shoulder line, the collarbone line to expand. And you feel a lot of weight on both hands, not just on the right side, also on the left side. Keep the knee stacked over the ankle and your toes facing forward. Good. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, if you want to swing the left arm back, bend the left knee and go for the foot, take it. Now I'm going to challenge you with something. If there's a possibility that you can still look forward, do that. And notice what that does for you in this pose. Then when you start bringing the toes in towards, right toes in towards the butt, notice the actual stretch that you get into the quad rather than just dipping and opening the left foot out. Because here you let go of a lot of things. If you find resistance on your left foot and you open the heart forward, then you're like, whoa, what is going on? If you don't feel it, DM me. I'm curious. Take a deep breath in. Without slingshotting, let the arch, top of the foot, press down, the left hand down, curl the back toes. Take an inhale, lift the left leg, one-legged downward facing dog. Good. With the exhale, bring the knee into the nose. Drop the knee and shin just behind the wrist. Take an inhale. This is a supported side plank while the sole of the foot of the right side is pressing down and you're lifting the right arm up. Good. Get more of a back bend. Maybe you get a little bit more of that kind of like falling star, or I don't know how they call this modification. For me, it's more like a wild thing modification. Good. Drop the right hand down. Take an inhale. Step the left foot to meet the right. Find a high plank. If you want to take the vinyasa, again, now's the time. Take a deep breath in, lift the left leg up, and then again, you're following the line that the heel drew, the toes are pointing down, and you're getting the stretch of your right leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Yes, try to get the heel to touch the glute, but also let the left armpit roll down and towards the right quad for you to get that resistance in the stretch. Take an inhale, stretch the leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten it right back. With the exhale, bring the knee into the nose, step the foot between the hands. Good. High lunge. Again, you've been here before. Reach the hands over the head. Exhale, grab your arms from over the head. One more time. You stay, inhale. When you empty out, take the back bend. Keep expanding the belly. Keep breathing in and out. Let the arms be your pillow, and can you keep the integrity of the front knee bent while you're lengthening the back leg? Good. Take an inhale, unwind, warrior two. You're letting go of the arms, but you're stretching through the pubic bone line all the way to the heart, to the arms that are pulling towards front and back of your room. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, just reverse it naturally. Again, you can go for the hand towards the thigh, or you can go behind. Maybe you take the hand bind, and you extend the left arm all the way over the head. And again, keeping the knee right where it is on the left leg. Take an inhale, rise. Send the hands over the head. Exhale, grab the arms again from above you. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, take the extended side ankle stretch. You're holding the arms, and you're really stacking the right elbow over the left, but make sure that the heart is not closing up. Open it wide. Can you let it broaden? Good. Take an inhale, straighten your front leg and stack your hips. Keep the legs with the exhale like the reverse triangle, keeping the arms. How much of the right elbow can you tuck to the right outer heel work while pulling the muscles of the hip to the armpit? Inhale, rise. Exhale, turn the left toes in, find the wide straddle fold. Good. Then again, maybe this time you get really close until letting the forearms touch. Now, I'm going to turn, you will turn. This is you see it on the other side. How my abdomen is the one flattening in towards the thighs to get the tailbone to look up. And that's where my forearms drop. And I have to even make space for my head to kind of go through because I've acquired a lot of length. So try to practice that, planting the belly towards the thighs and really working with the abdomen if your legs are the tighter muscle. Good. Then again, if you work with that headstand prep, you can again release the forearms, open the basket, crown of the head down, back of the head into the hands. And maybe you work into pulling the heels away from the mat So kind of hover the toes, and again, you're shooting the shoulders back. So see, I'm not pulling my shoulders into my ears, I'm pushing them back because my shoulder line and the muscle line in my shoulders are the ones that are helping me press to release the toes away from the ground, and I'm still pressing from my upper arms. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release the toes down. If you haven't slightly hovered, inhale for a halfway lift. Good, exhale, fold. Take an inhale, walk the hands to the top of the mat, frame, or rather not frame it, walk your right foot a little bit further out, we went for the lizard. Then go ahead and drop the left knee, make space. I know then when you're tight, the reaction of the foot that's forward is to open up the knee. Yes, you want to resist to actually get the stretch. So stack it, press to the ball of the big toe, right hand down, left hand down, open through the heart. It's harder for a reason. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, keep your gaze still facing forward. If you want to go for the quad stretch, send the right arm back, bend the left knee, see what you can reach for without really turning to look at your foot. You're still facing forward. This actually makes you work with nothing but the quad. So when you roll the arm back and grab your foot and you open the sternum forward, you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's definitely harder. Again, for a reason. So we're working with where we are right now so we can find more about ourselves tomorrow. So make sure that you're rolling the outer right thigh in, and then you're looking up, challenge yourself. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And one more inhale. Exhale, lower the shin down. Press the hands inside of the right foot. Take an inhale, reach the right leg up. One-legged downward, rolling and extending the heel back. With the exhale, bring the knee in and lower the shin behind the wrist. Open into a supported side plank. Now because the outer edge of the foot is pressing down, and you're lifting the left arm up and really finding the left hip bone to roll back. Take a deep breath in. Maybe with that exhale, you start finding more of that sort of back bend to get more into the inner right thigh. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Take an inhale, step the right foot back to meet the left. If you want to take a vinyasa, do so right now. All together, take a deep breath in. Find child's pose. And remember, you prepped in your previous lives for. You have a duty in this lifetime. Follow your intuition so you can fulfill it. Take a deep breath in, shift forward, find a tabletop. Good. Now, if you have been following me for a while in social media or wherever in my studio, in the studio or just in the space where I practice, then you kind of already know that I like this kind of movement. So take a deep breath in, stretch the right leg back in this tabletop, let the toes roll down, stretch the quad back into the heel. Good. With the exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose. Good. And then cross the ankle over the left thigh. You're coming into a figure four in this tabletop. Good. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, an extended puppy pose will flatten the chest down, extend the arms in the figure four. You're going to definitely get a lot in towards the hip line. Now, if you're like, whoa, that's a bit too much, you can take more of like a child's pose extension by shifting the butt back. That doesn't make it any easier. It just gets into different muscles. I like more of the back bend than the hip opener here. So even though I'm hip opening, the intention more is now going more in towards my chest opening. Good. Make sure that you feel that the heel is connected to your left quad to make the resistance. Take one more inhale. And exhale. Take an inhale to lift up and walk the hands back in towards the shoulder line. With the exhale, just extend the left leg back. You're coming into a pigeon now. So your right leg doesn't move, only your left leg extends back. If when you came here, you need to bring the heel closer to the groin, do so. Roll the left thigh in, press into the hands or finger pads, take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold and go as deep as you like in your pigeon. The more you hold something, the more memory you do for the body. So be okay with exploring a different sensation. Take an inhale to start walking the hands back in towards your shin. With the exhale, slide the left leg forward. If possible, stack the left calf over the right for your double pigeon or your fire log pose. Now, the confusion in this seat is that some people come into a crisscross is different. So you're looking like equal sign legs and one joint is stacked upon the other for you to get the opening, in this case, on the left side. If your knee is lifted, that's fine. You can put something under it to support it. You don't have to. If you like gravity taking over it, then that's also cool. Take a deep breath in. You can stay here with the exhale or fold if you want to take it a little bit deeper. Make sure that the ankle of your left leg is not coming back, but it's still stacked. It happens that when you fold, sometimes it pushes back. It's natural. Trying to resist and open up to the chest a little bit more. And slowly take a deep breath in. If you're fold, rise up, stack. Good. And with the exhale, just plant the soles of the feet down, cross the ankles, take a deep breath in. With the exhale, roll into the shins, find your tabletop. Good. Be okay with the sensations, just try to stack your hips over the knees again and your shoulders over the wrists. Take an inhale, extend the left leg back. Roll the thigh in, the toes are facing down, the navel up in it for you to strengthen through the center line. Exhale, bring the knee into the nose. And then cross the ankle on top of the right thigh with your knee pointing completely to the left edge of the mat. Remember, you have options. Choose the one that helps you today. Take an inhale. Exhale. I'm going for the extended puppy pose version. Extending the heart down, spreading the collarbones, letting my armpits roll down, but rather than flare out. So I can access more of my shoulder line and the muscles that wrap from the shoulder blade all the way towards the rib cage. And I'm not letting go of my belly. My belly, it is expanded, but not because I'm releasing it, because I am, with control, moving the obliques to the outer edges of the room for me to access more in my spine. Make sure that your right shin is very grounded for the ankle to be pressed towards the quad. Take an inhale to start walking the hands back under the shoulders. With the exhale, just slide your right leg back. Now you're coming into your pigeon. Now again, if you need to make any modifications, bring the heel closer to the groin in order for you to roll the right thigh in, do so. If you have blocks and you like to put one underneath the glute, in this case, you normally put it underneath the leg that's forward. That will help you find space. And if I didn't mention before, you can take it on your backs just like we did at the beginning of the practice. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. Take an inhale to start walking the hands back in towards your left shin. With the exhale, bring the right leg forward and try to stack calf over calf for your fire log or double pigeon. And again, you're looking for that equal sign leg sort of thing. I'm going to turn towards you so you can see. Rather than crossing in, you're opening wide. The wider you open, the more you get in towards that hip. Take a deep breath in. You can stay here for the exhale or fold. Then again, remember that when you're folding, you're not pulling the heart in, you're leaning with the heart. I always like to say that when in doubt, you lead with how the heart is guiding you towards something. What is it telling you? What is the intuition saying that you should do right now? When you ask yourself, what's the right thing to do? Listen to what your insides are saying. Again, the lifetimes that you've lived have prepped you to be where you are right now. Fulfill your dharma. That is your destiny through this lifetime. The characteristics that you've been built into to be here right now. If you focus on the minute, there's no space for fear. Take a deep breath in to walk the hands back in towards the hips. Good. And with the exhale, just stay here and plant the soles of the feet together and open the knees wide for Baddha Konasana. You can grab the big toes or the ankles. I like to traditionally go for the big toes and open my soles of the feet. Good. Then let the hands of gravity open the knees wide, and again let the elbows push back in and for the spine to lengthen. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold. Ideally, the chin presses down and towards the ground. I'm not there yet. I'm still very tight, especially right now and through my inner thigh. So take it slowly. You don't have to go all the way down. Try to feel that the thread of the sternum is being pulled towards whatever's in front of you. And then let the resistance in between your feet and your elbows help you push a little bit more to get into the sensation. Take a deep breath in. Exhale one more time. Go down. Good. Take an inhale. Stack up. With the exhale, plant the soles of the feet down. Make sure that they're underneath your kneecaps as much as you can, and let the hands come behind you with the fingers facing your glutes. Good. Take an inhale, reverse tabletop. Extend through the shoulder line, let the chin come into the chest, and let the belly be the one that pushes you a little bit more, so you're not dependent on your wrists. You're pushing through the tricep to support the wrist line, and you're letting more of the abdomen push you higher to support the tricep. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower the glutes down. Nice job. Go ahead and hug yourself like a little C. Round spine. And when you're holding yourself, take an inhale, look up. With the exhale, roll back if you feel safe. If you need to use your hands, use your hands. Open your arms wide to a T. Take a deep breath in. I can't find the answer to that on that. Wow. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, drop the knees to the left and your gaze to the right for an easy supine twist. You know, sometimes my iWatch likes to have a mind of its own. And again, the floor is just something that you create with a mind. You can always go beyond it because the sensations that live within can take you farther. And feel the wrapping of the right side towards the left and your right shoulder blade sinking you just a little bit more every time that you need to feel more of the stretch of the lower back. Let the mindful breathing connect you more into this practice. Take an inhale, bring your knees and gaze through center. With the exhale, drop the knees to the right, gaze to the left. There is a reasoning why we open the chest towards one side first. If you notice now, you're looking to the left shoulder, so your chest is opening to the left, which will ideally help you digest better. And then making sure that you're letting the knees sink a little bit lower, because there's no floor that will stop you. Let the left arm be pulled just a little bit more to the left edge to get more sensation. Take a deep breath in. Stack the knees over the hips. With the exhale, hug yourself one last time like a little ball. Take a very intense deep breath in. Hold it. Let the exhale be the health that everyone needs in the world, and let it go. And extend the legs forward. Let the arms rest next to you. Now your eyes closed. Let Shavasana be the vehicle for your mind to understand better how this practice can serve you and how ultimately you can serve others. Let your mind acquire more knowledge for it to find its ultimate liberation. I'll be here with you, taking a couple of minutes of silence to find that last connection into this practice. On your own terms, start coming back into the space. Remember, you can always stay here. Even if you awaken the body, let this sensation of connection into something more subtle help you guide yourself through the challenges that we are in right now. So while you move through the innermost corner of the mind to the longest edge of the body, bring yourself back. And when you feel ready, bring the knees over the abdomen. And let them drop to the right side. And you want to use your right arm as a pillow. And then start stacking yourself up, finding the seats. Whichever one. And while the shoulders go down, And your gaze is maybe looking down or soft. Feel the spine lengthen. We will finish one more time. If you've been to my class, we always own. This time, we let our health be the one that comes from the inside out, so we can serve those with it, so we can protect those that need it, so we can send our healing energy to those that are suffering. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms over the head. Let the palms press. Let the thumbs come into the sternum. Hold together, take a deep breath in. Empty out. Take an inhale for an Om. Although you may be far and behind a screen, I feel you. I sense you. And with this vibration, we found a connection that can help us heal the world around us. Thank you so much for joining me and letting me enter your home for this practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice one more time. Any feedback is highly appreciated always. You can DM me any questions that you have. Please let me know. And hopefully I'll see you on the other side. Thank you.